find in this week's Parshat a tremendous focus of the halachot of Shemitah, at least at the beginning. Pasuk says, "Vaydaber Hashem Moshe Behar Sinai lemor." Rashi famously says, "Ma'inyan Shemitah etzla Har Sinai, v'lo kol mitzvot nemru b'Sinai." Everything is in Sinai. "Elama Shemitah nemru klaloteu proteu v'titukeh b'Sinai." Just like Shemitah, the general principles and the details, and to be specifically meduyak, is in Sinai. Av kulan nemar klaloteu proteu v'titukeh b'Sinai. Rav Zevin in his Sefer says that's very beautiful, but you could say that for everything. Why is that about Shemitah? All the mitzvahs were said. Torah shebechtav, Torah shebal peh, all of it was said by Har Sinai. What are Chazal trying to teach us by saying the prat, the klal are given by Sinai? All mitzvahs are that way. He explains a beautiful yesod, which for me is very much a prism, which I try to work on within my avodas Hashem. And he says Shemitah represents three relationships that we need to work on. Not just the ben adam lamakom, not just the ben adam l'chaveiro, but also the ben adam la'atzmo. Three different relationships that we need to continuously be mechazik ourselves. He says Shemitah, as we know, v'shavta aretz Shabbat l'Hashem, the concept that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. You have to have that emunah that you don't work the land, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to bring you the produce for the 3 years. A tremendous amount of emunah, that's the ben adam lamakom. He says, I would say homiletically, Sheish shanim tizra sadecha, v'sheish shanim tizmor karmecha, v'asafta tvuata. The avodah here, referring within yourselves as much as the physical land, but you have to work within yourself to be able to properly train yourself, to know yourself. And then finally, Vayta Shabbat Aretz Lechem La'achla L'chal L'avdecha L'matecha L'tzicha L'toshavcha, or in the Mishpatim that the Shvi'i Tishmetenu Nitashta V'achlu Evyonei Amecha. The period Shvi'it or Hefker, you have to work on the Ben Adam L'chaveiro. This rings from the Gemara in Bava Kama. Amar Rav Yehuda, the person who wants to be a chassid. Rav Yehuda says he should be l'kayim mili d'nezikim. He should fulfill the words of nezikim. Rava says l'kayim, the words of the avos, and some say l'kayim mili the brachos. Seemingly three different realms. The Maharal on that pshat says that we need to continue working on our shleimut. And he says these exact realms, the ben adam l'makom, ben adam l'chaveiro, ben adam la'atzma. Ben adam l'chaveiro, the nezek. The idea that not only is it gemilut chasadim, going, the Maharal says, not going out and doing something, but even preventing the nezek. Very much within this week's parsha also of al tonu ishit amito, how we talk, that we shouldn't cause pain to our friend. So there's not just the gemilut chesed and tzedakah, but making sure that there's no nezek. Rava said, at least the first pshat, mekayim mili da'avos. The ikar chasidut is the midot tovot that we have within ourselves. In the third pshat, the brachot, like we learned at the end of last week's Parshat, and more of the Mekalel, how the Rabbeinu Bachai explained the importance of, when we see from the cursing, to flip it around, to know how to properly make the brachot. V'ata ma Hashem shoel me'imach ki'im li'yirat Hashem lokecha, etc. Al tikrei ma ela me'a brachot. The importance of thinking about our brachot, of working on a relationship. And Maharal, in a classical agadic sense, says that these aren't three different opinions, but rather each realm is important that we need to continue working on. May we be zocha, this Lag BaOmer, the time of Sfiras HaOmer, to be working on the midot shelo nagu kavod zeh bazeh, on the idea of being able to bechabed our friends, on the idea of avodas Hashem, to prepare ourselves for Kabbalas HaTorah, and that can only happen as we continue reflecting within ourselves to be the best Eved Hashem, the best person we could be as we get closer to Matzah Torah. Shabbat Shalom, Lag Sameach.